Hello, thanks for joining me for another video. Today I'm back in Automobilista 2 because they've got Superkarts and I am really loving these things at the moment. Decided to take them around a longer circuit this time, so I'm going to use the Suzuka circuit because it's got a lot of real nice fast sweeping bends and a couple of sort of more technical things as well, which you kind of associate with go-karts. Wanted to add a little bit of a 24-hour vibe as well, so I've got time set to 60 times, so every minute of real time is going to equate to 1 hour of in-game time. So during the course of this 24 or actually 25 minute race, it won't let me do 24, we will cover a whole day of, or a whole 24 hours rather, of in-game time. Now I don't know how good of an idea this is because I'm going to be driving a go-kart which to my knowledge doesn't have headlights, so this might get interesting. Stay tuned. Okie dokie. Whereabouts has it put me? It's put me in 11th position, so out of a field of 21, it's nearly sort of in the middle somewhere. Yeah. Either got a little bit of a better start than everybody else, or I'm oh, someone's having issues. Right, so the last time I drove this track was in a McLaren MP4-12, and I'm going to have to figure out what my braking points are because this is the very first time I've gone around this track in this kart. And I have no idea what's going to happen when it gets dark because there's no headlights on this thing. And I don't know if this track lights up. No bit of a slide there. Oh, this is so much fun. This is just too much fun. It should be illegal. And then it'll be even more fun because it's fun being naughty, isn't it? The amount of detail that this thing is delivering to my hands and my feet. Like, it's so good, it's so realistic. And the sense of space and scale, oh, I love it so much. Appear to be able to outrun them on the straights. The AI is set to about 93 or so. Hello! That was naughty. That was off track. But I got a feeling it's going to balance out because they're going to make a lot less mistakes than me in the corners. I imagine I'm going to spin out quite a few times during the course of this race. Look at the size on that thing. You can't appreciate it on the video, I know, but here in VR, everything is enormous. Just outbrakes me a little bit. I'm a little bit worried about running wide because I'm trying to still figure out where my braking points are and everyone's dying around me, which is good for me. Just drop a gear. Having too much fun with the spectacle of AI cars flying off the track that I forgot to change gear. And again. Now I've got to remember to brake a little earlier for this hairpin up here. What am I doing? What's that one over the gears? Try and get around here without sliding. Just a little bit too much brake application, and of course it'll lock the wheels up and you'll end up with quite a lot of either oversteer or just bonkers amounts of tow. Which equates to not a productive time. Make up some places down the straight before they take them all back around this corner. I can go through here flat out in a F1 car, but I'm not sure what I can do in this. So it's alright to lock the wheels in a straight line, but if you've got any kind of steering angle on, it's going to make you point the other way. I'm actually loving the just coming down this straight, this start-finish straight in VR in this kart. Oops! Don't let go of the steering wheel. It's flipping amazing. I find trail braking has quite a big effect with these when you're turning in. It's much more pronounced than it would be in a heavier car. Oopsie. I didn't have any grip left to change direction then, so I couldn't just go past him. He's playing it fast and loose with the gravel pit there. Of course, you get one of these in the gravel and it's hard to get out. The sun is setting. The sky's got a nice shade of pink, and the track's getting pretty dark now. I'm actually wondering how this is going to pan out. Let's try going up the other side of him. Shit! Try and avoid the curb there. As soon as you get on that green strip, there's no grip. You just feel the steering go light. Yeah, I've got much more pace in the straight line. I guess I'd have to have them on 100 or so before I could filter that out, but then they'd just be wrecking me through the corners. Hello, sorry. Devoted crowd still here at whatever time it is as the sky starts to plunge into dark, dark blues. Ferris wheel is absolutely enormous. Ah, here we go. I thought I was going into the gravel then. This section of the track is pretty dark. There's a little bit of light there, but it's going plunging into these black spots. It's hard to see where you're going. Because this screen here in front of me, at least the one in the game anyway, it's so bright. No! It's teetering on the edge of grass disaster. Wow, look at the moon and the stars. This is what I love about the Madness engine. I mean, you're just looking up and it's absolutely fantastic. Look at that as he goes off the track, probably because he's not looking where he's going. I should probably try and go through there flat out. I think next lap, let's go through there flat out. See what happens. I have no idea where any of the other cars are in relation to me. It makes me miss Elite Dangerous, that does, with all the stars. Well, I'm kind of relieved that the track's lit. I must say, I didn't know what was going to happen there. Oh shit. And this is it. This is the problem. We get stuck in there. Get stuck in there and it's really difficult to get out. Thankfully I did though. This Japanese gravel isn't as sticky as the British gravel, because the sandpit in Brands Hatch, you get into that and you're dead. Just like this chap. It's such an experience. I still marvel at how realistic this kart feels, and I don't know how exactly the wheel is doing it, but it's actually sending vibrations through my bum. It must be, the motor must be vibrating at different frequencies depending on where the back wheels are, maybe, I don't know, but it's coming. When the back end of the kart is over the curbs, I can feel it through my arse. And of course the vibration motors on the pedals are going, which means I can feel lots of detail through my feet. So aside from being battered around, it actually feels very realistic. Tyres just screaming there. Trying to adhere to the tarmac. I think the track's cooled down a little bit because I'm finding that I've got a little less grip now in the corners. Dead. Laughing at other people's misfortune. They're not real people though, so it's fine. I'm being very cautious here because I don't want to end up over there. This is actually really good fun at night. This is brilliant. I can't even, I'm running out of ways to describe how much fun this is. I've no idea how much fuel I've got either. I didn't check that before I started the race. I'm not sure how much fuel that these carts carry in total. Or so I could actually run out of fuel at some point. And I don't believe it says on the display at all how much fuel I've got. Right, let's try and go through here flat out. Didn't work. Probably do it if I turned in a little earlier. Maybe took a better line through the apex, because I missed it by a couple of barns. Valid measure of distance, one barn. I wonder what these karts are like to drive in real life. 250 kilograms, 100 horsepower, and a 6-speed sequential gearbox. So you've pretty much got all the mechanical aspects of a proper race car, except in something the size of, you know, a go-kart. Because this is what's making this experience so visceral. It's the fact that this kart is small, and of course VR offers you up the world in a one-to-one scale, so you can get a proper sense of how small this machine is compared to, you know, another race car like, you know, a GT3 car or F1 car or whatever. And because you're so low to the ground as well, the sense of speed is so much higher. You're so much more exposed. So I think it makes the experience a hell of a lot more impactful. I was nearly flat out. I did lift a little bit. Ran a little bit wide on the entrance to the chicane. Devoted crowd of people are still there. It's like, oh, I've been here for hours. It's fucking done. Being pretty conservative on the brakes on the entrance to that corner. I think it's just because running wide it costs me so much time. Let's try and catch up the first place guy now. I think it's a little bit easier as well to tell when these karts are on the limit than it is in like a GT3 car or something, which I often have trouble with. But of course, because you're so connected to the machinery, it's quite much more. Well, it's much more apparent when the kart's on the limit. The only problem is once you find the limit, it's a knife edge between going over it and staying on it, you know. Oh, I can see some blue up in the distance. I think the morning is coming. No, I can't do that flat out. I'm going to have to lift. That was a bit scary. This is so much fun though. The dawn is peeking over the horizon. The sky is starting to turn this lovely shade of blue. Just a little over 7.5 minutes left of this race. I think the guy in the lead up there has found his pace. He's going for it. I don't seem to be able to catch him up. I might be gaining slightly. Let's try and nail the corners. I should be able to catch him. Oh wow, look at that pink dawn. That is fantastic. The Madness engine at its best. The moon just peeking down behind the mountain in the background. As the sun starts to bathe the track in its glorious golden glow. Oh, it's giving me shivers. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. Wow. That is amazing. It's these rays of light blinding me. I've noticed my lap deltas are... my lap deltas are pretty bad at the moment, so I can do better. Best lap plus 3.5 seconds. Really? Wow. I'm hoping I don't run out of fuel now. There's only about 5 minutes left for the race. Just trying to wrestle this machine over these bumps on that corner then. A few tenths slower through that. God knows what state my tyres are in. Where the sun shines off the tarmac as well is really, really good. See all the little tyre marks and details. Right, we're catching P1 now. Just gonna dab the brakes a little bit, but it wasn't enough. Don't spin. A little bit uneasy through the entrance to the chicane, but we survived. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. I should be able to take first place, but can I hold on to it? That's the question. Will my lack of consistency cost me the win? And I think it will. Get off the green. Come on, very gentle on the gas. I don't want to be spinning it. I can still do this. Circuit feels so big in this go-kart. It's so wide. I'm finding it's a really different prospect racing karts than racing anything else, because there's so much more strategy involved in how to overtake. He's gone a little wide, and I'm going to take advantage of that. I can hear him behind me, a faint buzzing in the background of a little engine. I've probably got about one more lap left after this one. Yeah, the turning is just a little bit tricky. Surprised I haven't got ridiculous amounts of track limit warnings for going over there so often. Yeah, 1 minute 43. I don't know what my lap times are. Could have done that faster. Track's getting a little bit rubbered in now, so I'm finding that there's a bit more grip through this section. So if I can stay on the racing line, that is. Through here I can feel a bit more weight in the steering as we come over this crest. Of course the kart starts to float around a bit across here, so I end up naturally going from one side of the track to the other. Probably don't need to drop 2 gears for that corner. It's probably slowing me down a little bit. I could go through there faster. Just going to slide it through here a little bit because... oh, there he is. He's right on my tail. Sliding is not fast. Drive properly. It's fun though. Come on, front tyres, do the job. 11 seconds left, so this will be the last lap. The trail slightly, don't want to touch the curb. Oh, it nearly went all wrong. Yeah, across the line in first place. Although, not a particularly spectacular win, because of course it is against AI. But that was flipping fun nonetheless. Woo! Well, if you're still watching, then good on you, because that was quite a long video, I suppose. So much fun, I can't even put it into words. I'm not even going to try and describe how much fun it is. All I would suggest is, if you've got Automobilista 2, go and have a go at Superkarts. Stick them on any track you want. They're ballistic fun. And in VR, wow. If you like this kind of content, want to drop a sub on my channel, and I will bring you some more very soon. Thanks for joining me. Ta-da now.